Nigeria rulers over the years have learned to create or borrow one fraudulent concept or another to defraud Nigeria and impoverish the country, leading to her non-development. And the most criminal of this concept is fuel subsidy, being claimed over the years. But the question remains, where do you get money to subsidize fuel when your mainstay is petroleum? You export petroleum, you make a lot of money. And even if you import, why are you importing? It's because of bad governance. You don't want to liberalize refinery. The big fish in Nigeria want to go and create refinery somewhere outside the country and to be importing fuel therefrom and be claiming fuel subsidy. Is that a genuine subsidy? How can you be making your own products from your own soil, something you didn't manufacture other than to refine, something given to your land by God, something with which God endowed your country, and yet you are making your citizens to suffer from its lack rather than benefiting from it as intended by God. Fuel subsidy applies to countries that have no petroleum and are importing petroleum. And that was amply demonstrated by Libya, sharing income from petroleum with citizens, paying directly into the bank account of every Libyan. Go and Google it. Paying dividend of petroleum into individual Libyans' accounts. Providing electricity free of charge. No electricity bill. Government is just providing it. And so you breathe it as you breathe air. Rather, you use it as you use air, provided by God. So, free electricity, free education, and policy to make every Libyan to have his or her own house. $50,000 to every newly wedded couple. Free education. Every newborn Libyan, every new baby, $5,000. That was the life. So, but then people conspired against him, together with outsiders, the enemies of Africa, and got him eliminated. And now, since the death of Libya, go and see, since the death of Muammar Gaddafi, go and see what Libya is like now. So in Nigeria, we had what led to fuel subsidy? Subsidy from where? Where do you get money to subsidize fuel, petroleum? When you are making a lot of money from petroleum, rather than using it to develop your country, you are claiming subsidy, stealing money in the name of subsidy. Fuel subsidy, a concept that you went out to borrow from people to whom it is relevant. And now You have gone beyond that to say you are removing subsidy from electricity, from gas, from everything actually. I'm turning life into hell for Nigerians. You then come up with another fraudulent concept, palliative scheme. And you begin to distribute food to Nigerians as if they were refugees in their own country. What a shame. Look at a similar concept, unified tertiary matriculation examination. The original concept was in order, just and right. Joint Admission and Matriculation Board to regulate admission, given the fact that Nigeria does not have enough tertiary academic institutions for the children. So let there be a body to regulate admission so that no part of Nigeria feels shortchanged. But it was not meant, and it was not conducting any exam, because after secondary school leaving certificate education, a child qualifies to enter a tertiary academic institution, only to be tested by the admitting institution. But again, because you could not use JAMB to exploit the people, and your mentality is exploitation, you created another concept, unified tertiary matriculation examination, adding boarding after secondary school education, adding another boarding to enter tertiary academic institution. And as if that were not enough, another concept, National Nigeria Education Loan Fund, another fraudulent concept, now creating confusion, chaos, and the rest of it. What is to be expected? Because when the brains of the rulers are corrupt, and they are naturally corrupt and greedy, and have no iota of concern for common people, that is what you get. Fuel subsidy, UTME, NELFUND, rather than funding education. So they are not even to enjoy petroleum that is extracted from their land. Divine endowment for Nigerians to live a better life. They are now living a worse life. You remove subsidies from basic, you claim to have removed subsidy from basic necessities of life. And even then, you cannot provide education. You have to be selective. What are you selecting? Workers that should be able to fund the education of their children are also poorly paid on the majority. I don't know how many workers can easily fund the education of their children with the salary they are earning and the rate of inflation in town. Education, Nigeria Education Loan Fund, concept upon point, fuel subsidy, UTME, NELFUND. Name them. Corruption upon corruption in Nigeria. Fear God. So you carry Christianity and Islam on your head, and even using Islam to impose terrorism on Nigeria. The Boko Haram movement community has no right to practice their own form of Islam. and the problem must be put on Nigeria, squandering human lives and economic resources on the war since 2009 till date. As if that were not enough, bringing in Fulani herdsmen terrorism. Were the terrorists not empowered under the presidency of Muhammadu Buhari, supported by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and now being paid homage by the likes of Malam Nasir El-Rufai and Atiku Abubakar? So, where is hope in any of these people? Is it Tinubu? Is it Rufai or Atiku? What are we talking about? If we want a change, we need somebody who will not face Islam or Christianity, but Nigeria and our problem. That is what Abraham Traore is doing in Burkina Faso. And the country is seeing a new lease of life. And by the grace of God, that country is enjoying relative peace and is starting to develop. Burkina Faso, notwithstanding her natural poverty, in quotes, is now giving $200 to every university student, and to get it until they get employment, while Nigeria is providing NELFUND fraudulent concepts like that. How the Academic Staff Union of Nigerian Universities, ASU, has cooked up its own fraudulent concept will be the subject of another discussion.